what Mr. Governor said in the last inspection of all the projects scattered all over the state is to just single out the fact that agri-development is what we are coded priority. That in spite of the various legacy projects that is put in place, many of them, some due for commission in October, some will be commissioned before the
expiration of
the tenure. That agri-development seems to be the one dearest to the heart. Dearest to the heart in the sense that it could be a process of driving industrialization of the state. We're not talking of just farming for farming, we're talking about agribusiness. And that's the mission of the administration of political agri. That we, and there's agribusiness, which is a whole enlarged, recognized business as it should be, wherein companies that the state government is partnering with will come around and set up huge mills, huge manufacturing company. We have some like pharmaceutical will be coming around to set up to fertilize. They're already coming the place of fertilizing the dairy farm where they tend to produce at least 10,000 tons liters or tons of milk on a daily basis. On a daily basis, of course, for both local consumption and also for sale. So when you're putting such an investment down, which is what they're already setting up, already we have cows there, both the one that are imported and the one that are also going locally for the process. You cannot do that kind of huge investment to attract employment. The employment will cut across. We're talking about the low level, the medium, and the high scale manpower that will be needed to drive such an investment, to drive such an industry. Okay? And now that process has commenced because government has done enough. The proposal itself has come out to do the security is being given, the environment, road networks have been put in place. So the whole idea is to drive development, to drive industrialization through agri business. That's what the government said. That is the one that he considered the main
the real legacy
project, where we're talking about returning our people back to agriculture, returning them back to our first love. First, the state is known as a state of professors, learning people. We also are in agriculture. God has blessed us with very good land, and the government is trying to drive it through partnership with all these big names. We're talking about MRK, talking about Dangote, Stallion, that come around and set up names. Now they're also trying to revitalize the silos there. The government, you call that, has signed that kind of an agreement with a company to revitalize the silo. So at the end of the day, that corridor, which is where the knowledge is where their people will be located. We have all manners of companies processing one thing or the other. And when you add that one to the rural road, the 1,000 kilometers of rural road that the government is trying to put in place, which is rural to market, farm to market, connecting the farm settlement, connecting the farms to the market. And you put all those ones together side by side with the main road projects.
Yeah.
The ring road, the various other road projects
can be moved easily
to the market.
Point to point.
Even people that want to offtake can easily offtake. People that want to bring their product to the market, the nearest market, will do that with much ease. So the idea of products perishing, rotting away in the farm, you don't get the thing. So people, even the low-scale farmer, the big-scale farmer can always bring their food, their product to the market. Those who want to take it for processing also can also bring it down for processing. And the government is really is taking the lead in bringing in investors to come and invest in, because we cannot do it all. So the whole idea is to get private investors to come and drive that. The government also revealed that the juice making company also come on stream along that corridor, which is also going to generate employment, but bring the state to be a kind of a destiny of job, both for living, for lifestyle, and even for business. So we're going to, the vision of Mr. Government is to ensure that the state becomes a food basket. One of the major problems of farmers that we have noticed in that is that some of them have large acres of farms, and when they need their produce, they can only sell what they can sell within the local market. Now, these big names we're talking about, in addition to government has already given them massive, huge parcels of land. But in addition to that, because they are coming with huge mills, there is no amount of what they plant. There's no amount of what they themselves, but they're going to set up farms too. there's no amount of money. When they feed them to this meal, it goes down.
Might not be enough.
It might not be enough. So they need to now go and offtake from the local farmers. Like if the rice mill is coming around now, there's no way, there's no amount of acres of rice that the person will plant that will be sufficient year round.
Yeah.
Most of the time, I mean, there was a time during the kind of farming first time that a particular company came in to set up a kind of big cassava mill. Under 2 weeks, all the cassava that they were brought from almost he had mopped up within 2 weeks and fell into the mill, and the mill was looking for more. So the same thing will happen. We still need more people to go into farming because there will be opportunity for such products. The administration of the Caribbean actually had gone to the root of agri development. What else can you do than to encourage the youngsters in their Sunday school level to know that okay, the school can also have a farm, can also do a few things, can go access seedlings, and also try to say okay, a school can decide to say okay, we want to also focus on cassava. They have the grant. Okay, that is there. The youth in commercial agriculture, they're encouraging the youth to also participate in agri development. I told you about training some people, both within and outside the state. IT is there. I think the Ministry of Agriculture has even used them more than 3-4 times in the last 1 year to go and focus on different aspects of training and capacity development.
Yes, I remember one was done on cassava.
Added to that is the school, the State College of Agric and Technology.
Oh yes, at Atishon.
That will resume later this year.
Okay.
Which is designed to provide mid-level manpower
For the agric sector.
So if you look at the government is tackling in different form. It provides a grant for secondary school to be able to also show interest and develop and
so
get the students at that early stage, 13, 14, 15, to have interest in agric.
Okay.
You may not be able to get all of them to be interested, but that's a good harvesting point. To say, okay, this school, we can do this, we are supporting you with it. Who knows, an average person will pick the interest, so that we no longer see agric as something belonging to the children of the poor or to the old and aged, weak in the village. That as a young man, I can decide after my degree to say, okay, this is where I want to be. You will recall a gentleman, Dr. Arubi, during the governor's post time in the state. He was a medical doctor, but because of the various programs that the government was putting in place, and then he felt, okay, I could drop my stethoscope and he's doing wonderfully well.
Successful.
He's one of an ambassadors now of WICA, Youth in Commercial Agriculture, doing great things. He just set up a huge mill recently in this state. The government is not committed to just protecting lives and property of individuals, it's also committed to protecting your investment. So the idea was used to the whole world that when you invest in a state, you invest in